Hi everyone, welcome back to Earl Grey Books. I'm Ellie. Look, I know I said that I wasn't really gonna buy any more books in this sort of last bit of the year, but I lied. I have quite the stack here. You can see one of the mini stacks. Quite a big stack here. Let's talk about them. The good thing about these is that apart from two, they are all secondhand. And all secondhand from charities. So have a couple I'm going to talk through from a trip down to Melbourne. Picked up some op shop books. Gotta love those. And then we also went to a book fair, I don't know, 2 weeks ago. I feel like by now, if you've been watching for a while, you know I have no sense of time. I don't know what anything is anymore. And I'm fine with that. So, let's talk about the two new ones that I got first, and then we'll move on to the op shop and then the charity. So, first one, this just came out, obviously had to get it, and that's Daydream by Hannah Grace, which is the third book in the, I think it's just called, I don't know, because I swear it was just called the Maple Hills series, but then I think on Goodreads it's in as UMCH or UMHC. I don't know. This is the third book in this series anyway. Sequel to Icebreaker and Wildfire. I really enjoyed Icebreaker. I loved it. I also enjoyed Wildfire, but a little bit less. I think this one's my favorite. I love Henry. He's so sweet, and I just loved how everything unfolded, and yeah. I bought this one the day before we went down to Melbourne, and I ended up reading this on the flight there and on the flight back, and it was so good. It was so good. So there's that one. And the other one is, I'm gonna butcher this, Clytemnestra. Honestly, never heard this name said. Don't know if that's right. This is by Constantana Cazzetti. This is the story of, is it, which one is her husband? I forget. Agamemnon. I thought this would be interesting because I have another book. Let me grab this one. This one of my secondhand ones, is Cassandra. This one's by Kerry Greenwood, and this is basically like two sides of a story. I don't know whether this one is gonna make it up to this point. I don't know. We'll see. And I just thought this was gorgeous. Love the gold. And will likely end up being for Eurovision-a-thon, I feel like. We'll see. And then, yes, so I got Cassandra by Kerry Greenwood. I have Cassandra by Krista Wolf, and I didn't love that one. It was alright, but I thought I would give this one a go. I'm 95% sure that Kerry Greenwood is also the author of the Franny Fisher, Miss Fisher's Murder Mysteries series, but I don't know if this is just like one that is so old that those books aren't listed. When's it from? 1995. That's the year I was born. But yeah, it only has one book and there are a lot in those series, but I'm pretty sure it's Kerry Greenwood. Anyway, I thought, why not? I think it was $1. Okay, the last 3 op shop ones. I found White Knight by Ellie Marney. I think this was maybe $3, maybe $2, something like that. Anyway, last time I went to this op shop, I found a copy of No Limits by Ellie Marney, and this time I found this one, and I just feel like, I don't know, I just feel like that op shop is a special place, and I haven't read this one yet. I think it's about like a cult. Yeah. Secret off-the-grid community called Garden of Eden. That's a cult. So, should be a fun read. And then, you've seen one of these already in my Junior Eurovision-a-thon TBR, which is The Spanish Love Deception. But I also got The American Roommate Experiment, both by Elena Armas. Haven't read either of these, haven't tried any of them. I saw, is it The Long Game? Another book by her, a more recent one, at the airport, and I was super tempted to buy it, but they didn't have either of these, and then I was like, well, you know, Junior Eurovision-a-thon is coming up and I need a book for Spain. So I found these 2 in separate op shops. They were $2 each. Excited to finally read this one because I've been saying I would read this one since, was it Indie originally? I swear it was Indie originally, and I wanted to read it then, but it didn't happen. Okay, gonna get into the other ones. And now Fletchy's gonna move. I'm gonna have a quick tea break and then I will be back to talk through these ones. We've moved over slightly so that you can see less of this mess, hopefully. It's mostly knitting. I should put it away, but am I going to? No. Let's move on to these ones. There is no rhyme or reason to any of these. I saw them, they were cheap, I bought them. There we go. Let's start with these ones. We have Tash Hart's Tolstoy by Catherine Ormsby. This one came out a while ago, 2017. I remember it coming out. I remember being really interested by it. Never picked it up. Saw it there, thought, why not? So she has like an amateur web series called Unhappy Families, which is a modern adaptation of Anna Karenina. Not really reading contemporary YA these days, but apparently I'm still buying them. Okay, I now have these 2, which are kind of the same book, in theory, let's say. So this one is Artemisia by Alexandra Lapierre. And this one is The Passion of Artemisia by Susan Freeland. These are about Artemisia Gentileschi, who is one of my favorite painters. She's from the Renaissance. I'm going to put some pictures of hers up here because they're gorgeous. Where's my little thing? This is one of my prized possessions, is a coaster that says Nasty Woman with one of her paintings. Big fan, big fan. And these are both fictionalized accounts of her life. She was really interesting, I think, and I am excited for these. I have read one book, one fiction book about her before. It was in poetry and it was YA. But I think These are both adult. Yeah, I was checking because I was like, that one kind of sounds like a non-fiction, but it literally says a novel. So those two. Probably going to read them a little bit apart because otherwise I think I'm just going to judge them against each other too much. Okay. This is The Book of Joan by Lydia Yuknovich. I remember this one coming out when I was working in a bookstore, and I remember being like, I'm gonna get that when the smaller version comes out, and then I didn't. This was 2018. This is a reimagining of Joan of Arc. Something about a resistance. Could be fun. I went through a period when I was younger, maybe around like 13, where I thought Joan of Arc was like the coolest person who ever lived. She was pretty cool, but I feel like I only have the very basics about her. Not that I'm really going to learn anything here, I don't know. Maybe, yeah. Why not? It's a gorgeous cover. It's so pretty. And it's got a little bit of like scuffing, but it's in pretty good condition too. Next, The Valiant by Leslie Livingston. This one is a princess, I think. She's the daughter of a proud Celtic king, and the sworn enemy of Julius Caesar. And she gets captured, I guess, and ends up being owned by Caesar. We'll see. I honestly don't really know whether I'm going to like this one or not, but I don't really read in this area in YA. I feel like, you know, I read like classics like SPQR and the Cassandra and things like that. So like non-fiction and adult fiction, but not YA. And I also feel like there isn't a whole lot of, there's plenty of Greek myth, but I feel like there isn't a lot of like Greek and Roman history. I'd also literally never heard of this book. So these are two that I have shelved for. One of them's definitely for Eurovision-a-thon, and the other one is a maybe. But the one I definitely have is Miss Iceland. Okay, here we go. Order Eva Olafsdottir? I don't know. This one, so main character is born in a remote part of Iceland. She wants to be a writer and then discovers that in the 1960s there is more demand for a beauty queen. Don't really know where it's going to go from there, but I have a book for Iceland now. That's pretty fun. Okay, next up, completely random, I found Sweet Danger by Marjorie Allingham. I was looking for anything by Naomi Marsh in the sort of classic crime era, but they literally just had like Agatha Christie and like Arthur Conan Doyle. And I have specific editions of Agatha that I own. So I saw this one and I know that she's kind of in that little group of golden age detective writers, and I thought I'd give this a go. This is book 5 in the series, but I already have a plan for that you will see at some point. I have no idea when I'm going to have time to do it, but you will see it at some point. And then last ones, I got a couple of sequels. So first up, nice and easy one, I got Wayfarer by Alexandra Bracken. This is the sequel and the last book in the Passenger? I don't know. Passenger is the first one. I read Passenger years and years ago when it first came out. Did I read it when it first came out? I read it at some point, I don't know when now, and I just never picked this one up. And I bought Passenger secondhand a couple of months ago, and I've kind of just been waiting to find this one, really. So I can read these back to back. Alexandra Bracken has been a long time favorite YA author for me. I haven't read anything of hers since Law, which I think is 2 books behind now, and I obviously haven't read this one, but I'm excited to finish a series with this after I reread the first one, of course. And then the last 3 are actually part of all the same series. So, good old Mass Markets. These are part of the the Warriors of Poseidon series by Alyssa Day. I don't know what the order is, so we have Atlantis Betrayed. We have, I think that's the last one, Atlantis Unmasked, and The Vampire in Atlantis. I read book 1 for my Shelf of Shame, my first vlog of that one, and I have book 2. One of these is book 3, and then I think it's like 5 and the last one, but honestly, I've actually had pretty good luck finding these all secondhand so far, so hopefully I can find the rest of the series as well, and if not, ebook it, I guess. We'll see. Though, that's everything. Kind of. Okay. Did I even mention at the start that this is just the fiction? I bought a whole bunch of non-fiction as well, and I'm gonna get around to that, but I think that one's just gonna go up next month, because I don't really want to do back-to-back hauls, and I don't want to film back-to-back hauls, so yeah, that one's going to be out in November. I am like seriously questioning my decision making to buy all of these, because I've still not been reading a lot. I still don't really have room on my shelves, and yet here we are. So on that note, I will see you next time. I hope you're doing super well. Do I know what my next video is? No, I don't. So whatever it is, I'll see you then. I'd love to hear if you've read any of these, or if there are ones you're particularly interested in hearing about, and I'll see you next time. We're going to be joined by an Aussie. Hi! Hi! You want to say hi? Aussie! You want to say hi? No, you just want to sniff the books. Honestly, same. I forgot to say bye. Bye. Bye.